Hello, lovely people. I'm Sinead, and welcome. Today, I'm on the floor. We are going to be doing kind of a fit check down in the bottom floor to see if I have anything that'll work in this space I'm setting up for the Kestner, and I want it to be... So the Kestner's from 1908, and I kind of want it to be that feel of that era, maybe up to 1920, but not really, just kind of keep it more at that turn of the century feel. And I know that a lot of the clothes I have for her are definitely 1920 and beyond, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on the dates on those styles. But just I wanted to keep it an older feel down here on this first floor. And so I actually have some footage of me crawling around doing some wallpaper. The wallpaper is not finished, but it is enough there to give you an idea of where I'm going with it. I have SC's. I have snatched some furniture. I've got SC's wood stove over here, and some pieces. I think these pieces are more from the teens or 20s. This is an ice box. And they feel a little short. So I'm going to turn the camera around in and face it in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see this furniture over here is really kind of short. And SC is much shorter than the Kestner. I brought over my mini-me, which is the right height, but not the right bulk, to give you an idea of the height difference. So the wood stove would be the right height, I think. But this feels really short. We knocked SC over, poor guy. I also brought in the chairs. And so the dolls are more bulky, like the Bally Bly. The dolls, singular, the Kestner. And, well, the body I have that I want to make a head for is also, in this size range. And I already know that if I'm going to put a chair in this space for them, it needs to be a slightly bigger scale. The chair's a little petite. And that's just one of the things I wanted to verify by bringing these chairs down here, was that the chairs feel too small. Like I said, the wood stove is better than these, even though I really like them. They just also aren't working with the they're not working with the wallpaper and where I've put the chair rail. Everything feels too small. If I'm going to put a chair rail there, everything needs to be up. Like the backs of the chair need to come up in past that just a little bit. And the furnishings should be higher. Now, I think I could get away with using the wood stove in here. And I don't know. SC might be okay with taking the other stuff, but I don't know if it'll fit in his space. So maybe that's what we could do, is we could go look at SC's space and see if these will fit in his space. And the only other place I've got to use them is up on the top floor, and they would work there, but I just wasn't sure I wanted to go that way. Anyway, let's go look at SC's space with this other kitchen stuff in it. So here we are, down here in his little space. And there's the icebox. The angle on this, I'm up a little high and looking down, so it makes everything look tinier. I don't know. I don't like the arrangement. I'm just going to say that. Don't like it. But I think... Get him to clean up his shoes, right? I think it fits better than it did over there. I wonder if we can put both. We can. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better. And it definitely suits this space. The wood stove was a little overwhelming and a little tall for SC. So now the cooking surface is down below. It's a little short. Huh. Gonna have to think about that. He's gonna have it for right now. I may decide not to put a kitchen in that lower floor if I can't come up with something I like. This feels really short. I think the only dolls that really fit it are smaller. I wonder, do I have somebody else smaller over here? I do. Went into the tavern next door. And yeah, it is definitely more brownie sized. So that's a thought too, is to just hang on to it for another environment that involves the smaller dolls. Kind of wanting to put it to use though. Well, gonna have to think about some stuff here. Well, just for the fun of it, we rearranged Essie's space without a kitchen because he says he can magic up the food for the tavern and he doesn't need a kitchen. And, you know, the door can lead wherever he wants it to lead. So, no more kitchen in Essie's space. And he says, oh, it's so much less cramped. He likes it so much better. He might actually put some clothes on and stop running around in his pajamas. So I'm going to go back over to the other space and see what we can do there. So I brought the furniture back down here and I have collected Jane. And Jane is about the right height, I think. You know, the 6-inch dolls were good, but Jane's not a bad height either. And since Jane has her little mini me, it means that both of them can use, or at least appear to use, these pieces. It doesn't feel so short with them, and it doesn't feel like it's too tall for the smaller of the two of them at all, which is kind of, you know, where you want to go with this. Is I was hoping for a good spot for that. She's a little upset because she wants a cauldron, and I don't think I have a cauldron that will fit on that stove. Well, she may have to just do her cauldron work outside. But for right now, I think we are going to leave the wood stove as part of this space. I think it really kind of goes with the whole Kestner era. There's still plenty of people that were cooking on wood stoves at that time. And I'll just make sure that I do bigger chairs. These are still too small, and see how I feel about this wood cook stove. It'd be funny if I ended up with not using any of these anywhere. That just would be so typical. But I think it's interesting that both stoves had broken legs that I have had to fix. What are some ideas of things that you would put in this space? Would you get rid of the kitchen entirely and go for a bedroom, or more of a just keep it to a table and a couple of chairs? It's a pretty big space to just do a sitting room, but you know, you can have bookshelves and things like that, I guess, and that would fill some of the space. But yeah, what would you do with this space? Would you get rid of the kitchen entirely? Would you prefer to have a bedroom? Or would you do something else entirely? Something I haven't thought of. I seem to be really obsessed with kitchens and buying kitchen stuff. Now I'm struggling with using them. And I guess it's because the kitchen has always been the central point of any home I've ever had, is the kitchen was central. So let me know where you would stand on this. What would you do? Would you keep that wood stove and say, you know, in your mind, does it fit perfectly? Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Have a grand day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye for now. What does it look like down here? Oh my goodness. realize how often I leave my mouth hanging open. Kind of really regretting not bringing that piece of wood over here. Not sure about this. Oh no. That was way too much. I guess it wasn't too bad. Check with Arthur about our sources on shellac. Because I am really appreciating having shellac the floor. It just is such a better seal. Did it again. Started without getting a piece of wood. Not the most comfortable position to be in, I'll tell you. there is definitely dye transfer with this, or whatever. It's not dye transfer, ink transfer. So I guess it's a real good thing to seal it. Maybe it helps prevent some of the fading. And maybe any ink transfer to your furnishings. I'm having a hard time seeing where I stopped. I think I need a different angle. So much. Okay.